So proactivity. It's not as complicated as it sounds, is it? I mean, it's just about taking responsibility for our choices, right? Simple on the surface, but when you break it down, there's so much power in choosing your response instead of just reacting.
Exactly, Amanda. It's that ability to not let circumstances dictate your actions. It's really about shaping your own environment rather than letting it shape you. It's like stepping up, taking control, and not being swept away by external events.
Yes. And I love that because it puts the ball in our court. Like we're saying, no, I'm choosing how to play this round. It's empowering. And those 4 traits, self-awareness, imagination, conscience and independent will, they're game changers. They're what make a proactive mindset so much more than just reacting.
Absolutely. Let's start with self-awareness. It's such a human trait, isn't it? The ability to step back and assess how we think or react. And it's not just about thinking, it's about understanding your own tendencies, beliefs, and even biases. If you don't know yourself, how can you possibly control your role in any situation?
And that's where imagination comes in too. We're the only species that can really dream up entirely new outcomes. Last week, for example, I spilled coffee everywhere. Like everywhere. I could have lost it. But instead I pictured myself gracefully cleaning up, holding it together like some elegant movie character. Was I elegant? No. But at least I didn't spiral into a bad mood for the rest of the morning.
That's a good example. And it ties into conscience as well, doesn't it? Having that inner guide, a sense of right and wrong, it helps us align our responses with our values. It's not about perfection, it's about intention.
Right. And finally, independent will. Being able to, stick to our choices, take action, even when it's tough. It's such an underrated superpower. I mean, imagine where we'd be if we all just let outside forces bounce us around like a pinball machine.
And that's what sets proactive people apart, isn't it? They act based on their values, rather than impulses or temporary circumstances. It's not easy though, is it? Developing those traits takes real effort and practice.
Definitely, but the payoff, it's enormous.
Okay, so following on from what we discussed about those proactive traits, self-awareness, imagination, conscience, and independent will, let's unpack the flip side, reactive behaviour. Reactive people end up at the mercy of their environment, constantly responding to pressures, rather than pausing to choose their responses. It's like letting the world decide for you.
Like firefighting, right? Always scrambling, always in a rush, trying to, just keep up with everything being flung their way.
Exactly, but proactive individuals, on the other hand, they operate with purpose. They're grounded by their core values and long-term goals. Look, it's not that life doesn't throw curveballs, but they focus on what they can control rather than worrying about things beyond their reach.
Like that whole circle of influence idea, isn't it? Where instead of fretting over, say, global catastrophes or how your neighbour trims their hedge, you just kind of centre your energy on what you can actually affect.
Right, the circle of influence and the circle of concern. Proactive people pour their efforts into things that are within that circle of influence. By doing so, their circle actually grows over time. It's about focusing on actions that lead to change, rather than wasting energy on what's out of your hands.
It's brilliant, really. And honestly, James, isn't it such a stress saver? I learned this the hard way, by the way. I mean, trying to micromanage everything just leaves you an exhausted puddle on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. And I've seen this firsthand in my work leading a team of project managers. I'll give you an example. A conflict started brewing within the team. Just a personality clash, really. The reactive approach would have been to jump in, perhaps take sides, and try to resolve it in the moment. But stepping back, evaluating, and focusing on the controllable elements, and shifting the conversation from personal differences to shared principles and values that both team members can agree on. That proactive step diffused the tension completely.
I love that. So you didn't just slap a band-aid on it. You actually found a way to tackle the root cause. That's the magic, isn't it? Going beyond the surface and being intentional.
Absolutely. Proactivity is about foresight and taking deliberate steps. It's not waiting until the last second to respond. It's about preventing problems before they spiral out of control. And that's true in work, in relationships, and in life.
Couldn't agree more. And it's such a mindset shift, isn't it? Focusing less on reacting and more on influencing what's actually within your control. It's like freedom. You know, James, it's fascinating. When you think about proactivity, it really comes down to one thing: choices. They seem simple enough at first, don't they? But then you realize every choice carries a consequence, and navigating those intentionally is really where the magic happens.
Exactly, we're free to choose our actions, but we're not free to choose the outcomes. Those are shaped by natural laws, the kind we can't negotiate with. You could, for example, choose to skip, let's say, regular maintenance on your car. But you can't choose to avoid the breakdown when it happens. It all catches up with you.
Oh, so true. And isn't it just like life keeps receipts? You can make one little impulsive choice, but boom, next thing you know, you've got a massive reality check waiting for you. It's why aligning actions with values is so crucial. It's like investing in long-term happiness, not just a quick win.
And that, Amanda, is what separates those who achieve sustained success from, well, those who don't. Staying grounded in principles rather than quick fixes. And speaking of long-term vision, take Martin Luther King Jr., for instance. His entire leadership approach was proactive. He didn't react to the injustices. He envisioned change and worked toward that with persistence.
Oh, I've really admired that about him. He wasn't just putting out fires, he was reshaping the whole system. And even when the backlash came, and let's be real, resistance is inevitable when you're shaking things up, he stood firm, kept going.
Exactly. He focused on the outcome he wanted, not the obstacles in his way. He understood that change isn't immediate or easy, but by holding on to his values, the belief in equality, in dignity, he inspired an entire movement. And that's the beauty of proactivity, isn't it? Anticipating the resistance, but staying committed to what matters long term.
It really is. And it's such a solid reminder for all of us. Like, sure, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day noise, emails, deadlines, that annoying person cutting you off in traffic. But if you keep your focus on what truly matters, the noise doesn't matter so much anymore, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's about choosing purpose over impulse every day. Proactive people like Martin Luther King Jr., they don't let themselves be derailed by fleeting frustrations or challenges. And even when things don't go exactly as planned, their values keep them steady.
All right, James, you've sold me. It's all about making those thoughtful, intentional choices and accepting whatever comes with them, knowing you stayed true to your vision. I love it. What a brilliant note to end on, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Amanda. And that's all for today, isn't it?
It is. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember, take charge, stay proactive, and we'll see you in the next episode.